So what's the deal with RuriDragon? Little while ago, the Shounen Jump community were blessed with the information that the manga RuriDragon will return from hiatus after almost 2 years because of the mangaka's health. Now I have to come clean and say that I had no idea that there were even a manga called RuriDragon, let alone that it was surprisingly popular, so immensely popular that Shounen Jump didn't exit even after all these years. So I got to reading. RuriDragon follows a story of a teenage girl called Ruri Aoki, who one morning finds herself blessed by the Great Horned One and has grown horns. Her mother, Yumi Aoki, spills the beans and tells Ruri that she is a half-dragon, half-human hybrid, and the horns are the result of that. During the same day, Ruri has adjusted to school life, with her being the center of the attention. But things get heated up when another quirk manifests and she accidentally breathes fire and hurts her throat in the process. After she is patched up, Ruri's mom comes to pick her up and explains that her father told Yumi that this is normal for dragons growing up, and Ruri has to adjust, since there is more to come. What follows is a surprisingly comfy slice-of-life manga how Ruri tries to adjust having these new quirks while dealing with school life and being a teenage girl. Thankfully, Ruri has the best mom and very supportive and accepting friends and teachers who help her cope with these new powers. Now, you could read this story as an allegory for puberty or how some of us are just built different, and how we need to be shown support and understanding when our bodies and minds are going through a transformation. I can see why people like it, but I'm not that interested in the themes of RuriDragon yet, at least. I'm interested in how this little dragon gained its popularity and why these characters feel so refreshing in Shounen Jump. Like I alluded earlier, RuriDragon was on an almost 2-year hiatus before returning to now monthly release schedule. Of course, it's commendable that Shounen Jump showed support to Shindo Masaoki and let them get their health back. But Shounen Jump has been axing manga for less, and they only make exceptions when they can print lots of money from the series, regardless how long the mangaka has been on hiatus or what criminal activity they've done. There are limits, of course, but I'm going to be honest. When it comes to slice of manga, RuriDragon ain't that special, and I'm certain slice of life connoisseurs would find it charming and well written, but not really groundbreaking. So what about Shindo Masaoki's past? At the age of 17, Masaoki used to work as an assistant to Ryoji Hirano for his series Bow Speeds, which ran for 14 chapters. After that, Masaoki made few one-shots before hitting big with RuriDragon one-shot and the serialization. After Bow Speeds, Ryoji Hirano has been making Fate and Demon Slayer spin-offs, so he's doing well enough. I'm not sure if Hirano has that kind of pull, and he certainly doesn't produce god-tier assistants like Fujimoto. I mentioned money, and RuriDragon certainly sold well. Volume 1 sold 118,000 copies in its first month. That's insane. For comparison, the much hyped Kakurapachi Volume 1 sold just under 30 copies in its first month. Enough time has passed. Move over, false king, and let the true queen take her throne. That certainly helps, and it's most likely the biggest reason why RuriDragon has not been axed. But I think there is more. Shounen Jump has this negative stigma around it, that it's only action with young male leads, while I would argue that it's a bit of a misnomer and that Shounen Jump can be way more varied. The old stigma definitely did not come from nowhere. I won't go into more detail in this video, but here is a good video about it by Nil Nalgiri about this exact issue. So when Shounen Jump gets handed this comfy slice of life story with a female lead and it sells gangbusters, they would 100% want to keep it around. and would support the mangaka and tell them to take as long as they need to. Yes, this is cynical viewpoint that I've just given you, but I want to believe that Shounen Jump gave the mangaka room to tend to their health because that is the right thing to do. But what I think is the most important part about RuriDragon and its continued serialization. RuriDragon shows us that you don't need to have a male lead or be an action-focused battle manga to be relatable and exciting towards young boys. You just need to have a relatable character, someone who is nothing like them, but someone who is asking the same questions and being confused about their growing body. The same experiences that everyone goes through when growing up, and that's the deal with RuriDragon. It's a shame it wasn't a mother dragon. I could have made an obscure power metal reference.